1. AIHS, Senmiao Technology Limited, Price Action and Trend. AIHS has experienced extreme volatility over the past 3 months. After declining from approximately $13.50 in early June to around $2.02 by late August, the stock showed a remarkable surge on September 3, spiking to $7.54 with an exceptionally high volume of 83.7 million shares. This represents a more than 270% increase in a single day. Technical analysis. The stock is currently trading above all short-term moving averages, SMA 5 to 30, indicating strong recent momentum. However, it remains significantly below all long-term moving averages, SMA 50 to 200, suggesting the overall long-term trend is still bearish. The VWAP at $6.28 is below the current closing price, indicating bullish sentiment in the short term. The dramatic price increase with massive volume suggests either a major company announcement, a short squeeze, or a potential trend reversal. Outlook. While the recent spike is impressive, investors should be cautious. The stock would need to sustain above key resistance levels and eventually break above long-term moving averages to confirm a genuine trend reversal. The extreme volatility indicates high risk, but also potential for significant returns if the upward momentum continues. 2. BTBD, BT Brands Incorporated. Price Action and Trend. BTBD has shown 2 major spikes in the past 2 months. The first occurred in early August when the price reached $5.60, and the second happened on September 3 with the stock climbing to $4.50. Between these spikes, the stock has maintained higher levels than its pre-spike range, suggesting a potential shift in the stock's trading range. Technical analysis. The stock is currently trading above all moving averages, both short and long term, indicating a strong uptrend across multiple timeframes. The VWAP at $3.49 is slightly above the current closing price of $3.29, suggesting some minor selling pressure at higher levels. The high volume of 68.3 million shares on September 3 confirms strong investor interest. Outlook. BTBD appears to be in a solid uptrend with strong momentum. The fact that the stock maintained higher levels after the first spike suggests this might be more than just temporary speculation. If the stock can break above the August high of $5.60, it could potentially continue its upward trajectory. However, as with any low-priced stock showing rapid appreciation, investors should be aware of the risks and potential for sharp corrections. 3. PMN, ProMIS Neurosciences Incorporated. Price Action and Trend. PMN experienced a significant spike in mid-July when it reached $1.59, but has been in a steady decline since then, falling to around 48 cents by September 3. The stock is currently trading near its recent lows, with the September 3 session showing a decline on high volume. Technical analysis. The stock is trading below all moving averages, both short and long term, indicating a strong downtrend. The VWAP at $0.996 is significantly above the current closing price of $0.476, highlighting how far the stock has fallen from its recent average price. The high volume of 42.2 million shares on September 3 accompanied by a price decline suggests continued selling pressure. Outlook. PMN appears to be in a clear downtrend with no immediate signs of reversal. The significant gap between the current price and the VWAP indicates substantial downward pressure. While the high volume might suggest capitulation, which can sometimes precede a reversal, there are no technical indicators confirming this yet. Investors should be extremely cautious with this stock until there are clear signs of a trend reversal. 4. Cint, Cinci Technologies Incorporated. Price Action and Trend. Cint has been in a steady uptrend since early August, rising from approximately $2.40 to $4.57 by September 2. This trend accelerated dramatically on September 3 when the stock spiked to $6.78 before closing at $5.48, representing a 20% increase in a single day. Technical analysis. The stock is trading above all moving averages, both short and long term, indicating a strong uptrend across multiple timeframes. The VWAP at $4.39 is below the current closing price of $5.48, indicating strong buying pressure. The extremely high volume of 31.2 million shares on September 3rd confirms significant investor interest. Outlook: Cint appears to be in a strong uptrend with accelerating momentum. The technical indicators are uniformly positive, suggesting the upward trend could continue. The high volume and price increase on September 3rd might be in response to a significant company announcement or positive development. While the stock has appreciated significantly in a short period, the technical strength suggests there might be further upside potential. However, as with any rapidly appreciating stock, investors should be aware of the potential for profit-taking and sharp corrections. 5. STI, Solid Ion Technology Incorporated. Price action and trend: STI experienced a massive spike on September 3rd, with the price more than doubling from the previous close of $3.28 to reach a high of $7.80 before closing at $6.53. This came after a period of relative consolidation in August, with the stock trading in a narrow range between $3 to $3.40. Technical analysis: the stock is currently trading above all short and medium-term moving averages, SMA 5 to 63, indicating strong recent momentum. However, it remains below all long-term moving averages, SMA 75 to 200, suggesting the overall long-term trend is still bearish. The VWAP at $8.73 is significantly above the current closing price of $6.53, indicating that despite the massive spike, the stock is still trading below its recent average price. The extremely high volume of 54.5 million shares on September 3rd confirms extraordinary investor interest. Outlook: the dramatic price spike on September 3rd suggests a major development or news release. While the short-term momentum is strongly bullish, the stock is still in a long-term downtrend. For this to be a genuine trend reversal, the stock would need to sustain above current levels and eventually break above the long-term moving averages. Given the magnitude of the move, there's potential for further upside, but also significant risk of a sharp correction as early investors take profits. Extreme caution is advised. 6. UGRO, Urban-Gro, Inc. Price action and trend: UGRO has experienced multiple spikes in the past 2 months, with the most significant occurring on August 11th when the volume reached over 55 million shares. Since then, the stock has stabilized in a range between 40 to 43 cents before showing another increase on September 3rd to $0.4483. Technical analysis: the stock is currently trading above short and medium-term moving averages, SMA 5 to 63, indicating some recent upward momentum. However, it remains below all long-term moving averages, SMA 75 to 200, suggesting the overall long-term trend is still bearish. The VWAP at $0.4603 is slightly above the current closing price of $0.4483, indicating minor selling pressure at higher levels. The high volume of 35.9 million shares on September 3rd confirms continued investor interest, though not at the extreme levels seen on August 11th. Outlook: UGRO appears to be in a consolidation phase with some upward momentum but still within a long-term downtrend. The multiple spikes in recent months suggest the stock is attracting speculative interest, but it has yet to establish a clear upward trend. The current technical picture suggests a potential for further modest upside, but a significant trend reversal would require the stock to break above the long-term moving averages. Investors should be cautious and watch for signs of a more sustained trend change. 7. Buru, Nubaru Incorporated. Price action and trend: Buru has been in a strong downtrend for the past 3 months, declining from approximately 40 cents in early June to 16 cents by late August. On September 3rd, the stock showed a significant increase to $0.2188 on extremely high volume of 125.1 million shares. Technical analysis: the stock is currently trading slightly above the shortest moving averages, SMA 5 to 10, indicating some very short-term stabilization. However, it remains significantly below all other moving averages, SMA 20 to 200, suggesting a strong downtrend across all timeframes. The VWAP at $0.316 is well above the current closing price of $0.1811, highlighting how far the stock has fallen from its recent average price. The extremely high volume on September 3rd suggests some investors may see value at these levels. Outlook: Buru is clearly in a strong downtrend, and while the high volume on September 3rd suggests some buying interest, there are no clear signs of a trend reversal yet. The stock would need to show consistent buying pressure and eventually break above key moving averages to suggest a genuine reversal. The current technical picture indicates high risk, but potentially high rewards if a reversal does occur. Investors should be extremely cautious and wait for more confirmation of a trend change before considering exposure to this stock.